everybody. I am so excited to have you here with us today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brittany McLean. I am a doTERRA Diamond leader, and I am really, really excited to kind of walk you through what exactly this whole business thing with doTERRA is. I'll talk about myself a little bit in depth as we go on. But you've been brought here for a reason. I'm not sure if you knew that, but you were attracted or led to this video for a reason. And that might be because you're really just curious. You have no idea what this is all about, and you're really interested in learning a bit more. It could be that you are looking for a better way. You are looking to lead a better life and become a better version of yourself. That for me was my biggest reason I started my doTERRA business, was because I knew that I was meant for so much more than I was doing, right? We tend to get stuck in those ruts from time to time, or sometimes we'll be stuck in those limiting beliefs that we can't do that, or it's only for certain people. So I'm really here today to share with you guys that this is for everybody. This business opportunity is something that I never in a million years imagined taking part in. And it has drastically changed our life. And I am forever grateful for the person who introduced me to doTERRA, because I am really, we've been very blessed because of what doTERRA has offered our family. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, share a little business opportunity webinar that I've put together, and give you the lowdown on really what the heck is this. So let me enter full screen. Awesome, there we go. So who am I? My name is Brittany. Like I said earlier, I am a doTERRA Diamond, and I have been doing working my doTERRA business for 2 years. So I started my business in February of 2015, and I realistically started my business for the financial reasons to begin with. We were struggling financially. I had spent 6 years in post-secondary school and never got a paper at the end of it. I never really knew what I wanted to do. I knew that I wasn't like everybody else. That was one thing that I knew for sure. I knew that I had to break free from that status quo. I had to do things a little bit differently. I had always been that kid who wanted to do things different, but I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. And doTERRA came into my life at a time when I was struggling, yes, on the financial side of things, but I was also struggling with my health. I had been dealing with some serious digestive struggles that I had had for many years. I was dabbling back and forth in different diets and meal plans, really trying to find a thing that worked for me, something that made me feel good in my stomach and made me feel full of life and energy. And I wasn't able to find that thing. And what I didn't realize is that I had been using all of these synthetic products and going to the doctors and getting all these prescriptions that really weren't working for me. But I hadn't looked at the natural side of things. And it was a friend of mine. We were actually in Mexico, and I was introduced to an oil from doTERRA called DigestZen. And my life was forever changed. I used that oil daily. And really from there, that's where the business blossomed. I knew I always wanted to do this business. I knew from the very beginning when I met with my close girlfriend and now mentor, I met with her. I knew this business was going to happen. I obviously wanted to try the products first because I can't share something that I don't like or I don't know anything about. And so I used the products. I loved the products. And as a typical woman, I went and I shared all about everything that I had been using. And it really, the business flourished from there. So I was able to hit the rank of diamond in under 2 years. So under 2 years. And I retired at the age of 23, 1 year into my business. And we're now actually in the midst of retiring Aaron, who is on the screen here, from his job so that he can come home and he can work with me full time and pursue his dream of being a full-time firefighter. So that is our year big, hairy, crazy goal for the year is to bring him home from work so that he can spend more time with us at home. And that's little Leo, our crazy puppy. But that's a little bit about my story. But before I get started, I want you to ask yourself two things. If I were to do nothing different, would I be happy in 5 years at the same place as I am today? And it was this exact question that really triggered me to ask questions. This really triggered me to think about what I was doing and how stuck I was going to be if I continued doing this exact same thing. And I knew that I had to change things up. The status quo is often things that keep you in this place of stuckness. It keeps you in this place of the usual, the routine, the same thing every single day. And then it was this second question that made me look at what I was really doing. So does your current income stream have a cap? For myself, I worked in healthcare for 5 years. I was actually in school to be a recreation therapist. And while I was in school for those 4 or 5 years, I was working. I was also working at long-term care homes. And one thing that became scary for me was the fact that I was 20 years old and I had maxed out the income, or I had maxed out the pay for my job. And the thing was, in long-term care and in healthcare, there's massive jumps to move to the next position in your home. So for me to take a step from recreation therapist to recreation coordinator or somebody who is running the department would require quite a big jump. And so for myself, I knew that I had to, probably would have been about 10 or 15 years before I could even take that leap or even try and take that leap. And so for me, looking at the fact that I was 20 years old, struggling off of this income cap in healthcare terrified me. I don't need a ton to live, but I knew for myself, having these big dreams and big hopes for my future, I knew that I wouldn't be able to live off of that income when the time came to have kids. So that really scared me. So these two questions for me really allowed me to think bigger, allowed me to question things, right? So when looking for a business model, you really want to find amazing retention. So retention is if somebody were to purchase once, they continue to purchase. And I'm going to go into some further detail about doTERRA specifically in a second. But you want this amazing retention and you want an ever-growing company. So the reason you want this growing company is because you don't want to start in this business, you're flourishing, you're doing amazing, but the company isn't willing to grow. The company's not growing with you. So I wanted a company that was always way ahead of the game, that was always one step ahead of everybody else. You want a heart-centered company. And it's really funny because in network marketing, this is not typically what somebody looks for. People usually want to get in and get out and want to make some quick cash. But in doTERRA, this never happened for me. I was always looking for something that aligned perfectly with what I wanted to do. And that was in serving people and in offering hope to people. And that is something I found with doTERRA. You want a consumable product. So you want a product that is something that you're going to buy constantly. So for me, jewelry just doesn't make sense, right? Because I might buy a beautiful, big necklace once, but chances are I'm not going to order that again for another 6, 8 months or a year when I need another necklace, another color. Whereas you want to find a product that's consumable. You want to find a product that is something that is used daily. Things like shampoo, conditioner, essential oils, healthcare products, vitamins, protein powders. So that's what you're looking for when you look for a business model. And you want a compensation plan that's on your side. I am not going to go fully in depth into the compensation plan in this, but I am going to give you an idea of what makes doTERRA so different in this compensation realm. And you definitely want something that's on your side. That's not going to hurt you in the long run. So why doTERRA? People ask me this all the time, why I chose to partner with doTERRA. The truth is, I actually was with another network marketing company prior to doTERRA. I had left them actually 4 years prior to starting my doTERRA business. But I was with them at a time in my life when I was chasing. I was chasing success. I was chasing that next thing. And it could be that, or it could be the company, but for the reasons that I didn't succeed. But really coming to doTERRA for me, doTERRA had to be aligned with what I wanted. doTERRA had to be aligned with my heart, and it had to be a company that blew every other company out of the water. And I can tell you now that that's what they've done. doTERRA is a 100% debt-free company. They have never incurred any substantial debt or long-term debt. And I can tell you now, they actually just built a massive campus in Salt Lake City, or just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, completely debt-free. And they never wanted to incur that debt. So that was huge for me, right? You never wanted a company that's going to falter. They are a $1 to $2 billion company, and they've accomplished this in under 8 years, or actually 8 years now. And they have a goal of becoming a $20 to $30 billion company in 10 years. So we're actually now just at the cusp of $1 billion in annual revenue. So we're $1 billion a year, which is insane. We have a 70% retention rate. This here is mind-boggling to me. So retention, like I had mentioned in the previous slide, is somebody orders once, and retention is how many people actually continue to order. So the industry standard for network marketing for other companies is actually between 8 and 10%. So that means that you make a sale, you teach a class, you nurture the person, only 10% of those people that you enroll come back. So that means that I've enrolled just a little bit over 100 people over the past 2 years. That means that less than 10 of them would be coming back. Whereas we have about 70 to 75% of those people that I've personally enrolled are on our LRP program and are ordering. That's retention. 70% of people who order doTERRA once order consistently. And that's insane. And the reason being is because it's a product, first of all, that is consumable. That's just a flat, the golden ticket right there, right? A consumable product. And you also have people who are head over heels with these products, and they're experiencing massive health changes because of doTERRA. For me, that's a huge thing. I order my products every single month simply because I've replaced all of the things in our home with oils. We no longer take over-the-counter medication. We no longer buy cleaning products or laundry detergent, which I'm going to share shortly. But that's huge. A 70% retention rate means that you're not hauling buckets. You're actually building this beautiful pipeline to allow you to find this success. And the essential oil industry will be doubling in the coming years. I grew up in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, if you're watching this from somewhere outside of Ontario. And I grew up in this little town, and we've got this little lake shore. And what was really funny, I was there yesterday, and they have a Sage. So Sage is an essential oil store, a brick and mortar store that they started in Vancouver. And then they're now on Lakeshore. They have a little space there. And then I walked a little bit further, and there's actually a Niagara lavender shop opening up in Oakville. And I was like, this is really, really crazy for me. Because when I first started using essential oils 2 years ago, everybody thought I was insane. So this just goes to show for me the growth and the exponential growth. And for me, the opportunity for us to share what makes doTERRA superior to any other company on the market. And that's why I'm really excited for this, because people start to ask more questions once they start to see companies like this opening up. So this is just showing you the revenue growth. Between 2008 and 2010, we had 34 million. 11 to 12, 228 million. We hit the $1 billion mark in 2013, 2014, and $2+ billion in 2015 to 2016. So it's just going to show how crazy and how exponentially we've grown over the past year or two. So the heart. I mentioned that I am head over heels in love with this company, and it's these people for me that make it. So we have one woman and 6 men, and Emily Wright is like the mother of everybody in doTERRA. We have 7 executives total. They actually have a combined 150 years of network marketing and essential oil experience. So we have Dr. David Hill, we have Mark Wolford, David Sterling, and we have people who've been in this industry and working with essential oils for a long period of time. They had 2 missions to begin with, and these have changed throughout the years, but there's 2 things that for me stood out immediately. They wanted to source the highest quality essential oils in the world. That's a check. They've done that. And they wanted to help the most people become debt-free. And we're currently working on that. doTERRA's focus right now obviously is on the product and their mission of developing these amazing products and sustainable products. But they also have this amazing, this want to help more people become debt-free. So as a debt-free company, and all 7 executives are actually debt-free personally, they also want other people to experience that. And that for me, knowing that somebody is wanting me to succeed and wanting me to pay off my debts and become debt-free, that was huge for me. And that just allowed me to see a little bit deeper into what this company is about. They're also a part of the Healing Hands, or they've created the Healing Hands and Co-Impact Sourcing. So these were created in 2012. And what this does is they partner with organizations around the world to be able to offer hope to these countries that are really suffering. We also do a beautiful thing called Co-Impact Sourcing, where we source oils in areas around the world where they're the most sustainable. So what I love about this is that I compare it to fine wine. We live close to the Niagara region, where they have some beautiful wine in Niagara, but the wine in Niagara does not taste the same as the wine in Italy. And so the biggest difference is the temperature, the altitude, the air, the rain, contaminations or not contaminated, or whatever the issue might be, or things might be in the air. That was a big thing with doTERRA, is they wanted to make sure that they sourced oils around the world where they could have them for thousands of years to come, but also where they were the best, where they could yield the best health benefits. They elevate communities out of poverty and desperate need. And our biggest co-impact sourcing spaces right now, and Healing Hands spaces, are in Madagascar, Bulgaria, spelling error, Haiti, Guatemala, Nepal, and Somaliland. So that for me, that's huge, right? That's really huge to know that a company is creating these amazing essential oils, but also giving back, offering healthcare, offering clean water, medical supplies, hospitals, schools, whatever they need, doTERRA is there to give them. So the oils, I'd love to just ask how many people on this webinar, or how many people here have experienced essential oils, but also how many of you were brought to doTERRA because of the oils? And it's most people, right? Most people are brought to doTERRA because of the beauty of these oils. And for myself, I personally came because of the oils and stayed because of the oils in the business, right? Such an incredible joint effort between the two. Like we're so lucky. But I was brought to these oils because, like I said, I was dealing with digestive struggles, and I had dealt with them for years. I had dealt with digestive problems for a long time. And I came to doTERRA because of a simple drop of Digescend oil that really changed things for me. I would be able to apply it to my stomach every day and experience the calming effect and that cooling effect that the fennel and anise and licorice root were able to give me. I love taking my oils and using them for emotional benefits. But for me, this was the beginning. So my oils came, this is funny because I did this a couple of days ago, 107 weeks ago. They came, and I was so excited to jump in. I can't even explain to you how excited I was to have these oils in my hands. And I really did everything in my power to get to know everything about these oils as I could. If you haven't noticed already, I clearly got oils for detox, right? We're called to specific oils because of something that we need in our life. And for me at the time, I needed a detox. I had just gone through really an emotional change. I was deciding to move back home with my parents. I had left school. I came home to no job and had really just been living this unhealthy lifestyle. I had been going out too often. I had been eating out too often and really wasn't healthy. And so for myself, you can see that the oils I purchased were my detox oils, the oils that I needed to really start that process in my body of healing. So why do people keep coming back? And the reason being is because doTERRA solves hundreds of problems for the average household, for the average person. And it's the only company of its kind that can do this. So I had a conversation with somebody who's a friend of mine. She's in another network marketing company. And she's like, yeah, well, my retention rate's really low and whatever. And I said, but look at your products. Not everybody wants protein products. Not everybody needs protein products. She's like, oh, well, we have vitamins too and lots of minerals. And I said, yes, but doTERRA, on the flip side of things, offers something that nobody else does. You have a headache, you can grab your peppermint. You're feeling really low energy and maybe depressed, a little anxious. You can grab that bottle of Serenity or Balance to help with your mood. You can grab your bottle of On Guard and purify it and toss it in your laundry because your laundry stinks. You've got a vitamin line that's bioavailable and works on your side, allows your body to do what it's meant to do. There's no company that allows or gives, has that opportunity. There's no other company in the world that allows you to offer so many different things. You can attract so many different people because of that. So these are just a few of the ways that I use my oils. My On Guard laundry detergent is a staple. My On Guard laundry detergent, for me, I can't live without it. It's something that it's on my order monthly because we go through it. My Serenity and Passion in my bathtub. Guys, I didn't know self-care and I didn't know self-love until I started doTERRA. Until I was introduced to this new way of living, to this absolutely incredible way of taking care of your body. And doTERRA really changed things for me. Tossing peppermint in your toilet. Putting peppermint in your toilet so you don't have a stinky bathroom. Using peppermint on your head or your temples for energy or tension relief, right? The uses are endless. So all of you guys who are thinking, well, I don't know if I could use this, or I don't know if I could order monthly. I just want you to look at maybe some of the things that you order or you buy now. So for me, it was my laundry detergent, my Windex, my Gravol, my Gas-X, my Pepto-Bismol, my scented Epsom salts, my 10 million different vitamins and minerals, my boxes of peppermint tea, my everything, right? My stress rescue stuff that I used to buy because I was so stressed out, calming stuff, the fake synthetic essential oils, candles, that kind of stuff. So I've done a calculation looking at how much we've actually saved over the course of the past 2 years we've been in this business. And we are looking at just a little bit over $1,000 that we've saved using essential oils. And I have to let you know, I order oils monthly. I order oils every single month because we need them. We need these products. And so that's something for me, is that we have this opportunity with doTERRA. We solve so many problems. And for me, doTERRA has definitely solved a lot of those problems. Alrighty, so I'm getting into the financial side of things, the stuff that really gets me excited, the stuff that makes me happy and joyful and excited to share this opportunity with you. For myself personally, I started this business with the want to share this business opportunity, the want to do webinars like this, the want to change other people's lives. And I have a goal by the end of the year to help 3 people retire from their full-time jobs, completely retire from corporate or whatever their job might be. And I have a goal by the end of the year of helping 5 people hit the 6-figure mark in doTERRA. And I know it's going to happen. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, I know it's going to happen. But that's why I'm so passionate about this, is sharing the income potential, because I've seen drastic changes in our life because of the finances that doTERRA has been able to give to us. Things that I couldn't have even imagined. So I love showing this. And the reason I love showing this is because this was me, the current 10-year plan. Your average, whatever it is, $2,000 raise a month, or a year, sorry. And so you start, and the interesting thing in Canada here, the annual income for somebody who's starting out fresh out of college or university is not $51,000 or $52,000. You're actually looking at something closer to, which is kind of really sickening, closer to 30, if that, right? And I can tell you now that that doesn't even cover your living expenses. It didn't cover mine. And that's really terrifying. So to think that you'll get this $2,000, $3,000 raise, maybe if you're lucky, every year. So if you started on this trajectory, started at $52,000, which is pretty great, you got your raise a year, 10 years, you'd be sitting at just a little bit under $70,000 in an annual income. That's awesome. Great. If you're a 2-income family, that can sustain somebody. But if you're a single mom, or you're somebody who, let's say 16,000 of that is actually going to daycare, right? Or if you're somebody who hates their job, is it worth that $70,000 or that $2,000 raise every year? So I love flipping things into this doTERRA 10-year plan. There's nobody I know that has taken a year for each rank until you get to the rank like diamond and blue diamond and presidential. It does take a little bit longer. But I just want to draw your attention to this. So if you were to hit one rank every single year, look at the trajectory of this. So if you were to hit executive, you started at $1,000 a year, not bad. You're $100 a month. You hit elite, you got $3,000. Premier, around $7,200 a year. Your silver, you take a big jump to $24,000 a year. Your gold, about $60,000. Platinum, $96,000. Maybe just tipping. This is a little bit older, but tipping over platinum's where you tip over the 100K mark. It's about $106,000 or $106,000 a year. You hit that diamond rank. Diamond's actually sitting at $210,000 a year now. You have blue diamond, $420,000, presidential, $1.2, and beyond. So what I really want to bring your attention to is the fact that if you were to work your business consistently, you taught 2 classes every single month, minimum, you were consistently sharing, you were enrolling people, in 10 years, you can be a multimillionaire. And so what I really want you just to see is the potential with doTERRA. I vowed when I started my business that I would hit diamond quickly. I knew I was going to be a diamond leader. I knew I was going to hit diamond in under 2 years. It was a goal of mine. And, but I was comfortable with the fact that if it took me 5 years to hit diamond, that was fine. Because there's no other business I know that allows you the opportunity to make over $200,000 a year in under 5 years in business with no education or with no paper, with no experience, with no prior knowledge of essential oils. There's no business that I know that allows you the opportunity to do that. And so that's really why I love showing you this. The interesting thing, if you were to do if you were to do the same thing for 5 years, where would you be? And I love looking at this and seeing really just that real contrast. So which would you choose? It's an interesting question. I do want to show you guys this. This is the doTERRA average monthly earnings. And one thing I do want to point out is that this is not you hit the rank one time and you make this money. This is this is the average. So if we were to take the average of every person on my team who's a silver or gold or premier, and we totaled it and divided it by that many people, this would actually be the average. So I can really attest to the fact that these numbers are fairly true after hitting that rank for a few months. So you're elite, right? You're elite, $300 to $500 a month. What would that extra income do for somebody? For me, and you're going to laugh, when I started my business, I simply wanted enough money to be able to purchase organic groceries. That's it. I wanted the ability to be able to purchase good, clean food. That's all I wanted. We couldn't afford it at the time. So for myself, that was an elite rank. I was like, okay, elite. There's my organic groceries. And from there on out, every rank I hit, I gave myself something exciting to work towards. So for the rank of premier for myself, so just so you are aware now, I haven't been able to change this just yet, but the premier rank, the average income has actually gone up about $200. So it's just a little bit over $1,000 for premier, and silver has also gone up about $200. So you're looking at about $2,600 now for silver. And so each rank premier for me was, I don't know, maybe I can shove an extra $200 away into my RSP. Silver, okay, great. Maybe I can actually shop at Whole Foods or goodness me, solely, not even have to go to other grocery stores. Platinum or diamond. For me, the rank of diamond, to me, just showed freedom. So for me, when I saw diamond, the reason that my heart was set on the rank of diamond was because I knew that that rank, that diamond income would allow us the freedom to put money away for our dream home, would allow us the freedom to buy those organic groceries and not stress out when we wanted to do a home reno or put new floors in or paint, have to stress out about the fact that, oh, we don't have the money for that. Diamond rank allowed us to pour a lot of money into savings to pay off our debt. Actually, I paid off my debt around the silver rank, paid off all of our debt except for our mortgage. And we have no payments other than a mortgage payment. Because of this, this diamond rank has allowed us the opportunity to do that. And so you can obviously dream bigger. Like I have huge dreams, and we have a goal of hitting blue diamond in the next four months or so. So the thing for me to look at is the fact that there's so much potential. But what's really interesting is that in a few short months, you can hit the rank of premier or silver, which allows you that opportunity to pay off those debts or do something you've really been wanting to do. Those ranks give you that freedom and the flexibility. So this is just giving you an idea of the average monthly earnings, and they are true. For myself, I didn't believe that diamond income could be that much money. I didn't think about it. Like I didn't really look at it that way. I was like, there's no way in heck that somebody can make that much money. And I worked my buns off and can attest to the fact that a diamond leader makes that much money. A platinum leader makes that much money, and gold and so on. So these are really exciting to me, and this should excite you guys as well. So I'm going to briefly walk you guys through the 5 ways you can earn money in doTERRA. And this is unlike any other company. And like I had said from the beginning, we have a compensation plan that's on our side. We actually have a compensation plan that is completely swapped and backwards to the majority of different people or different companies. One that I really want to bring up, because I have a large mass of friends that are in network marketing. And when they join a company, oftentimes I'll go onto that company's site and I'll actually pull up their compensation plan and look at them. And there are about 3 or 4 friends that I have who are in other network marketing companies that use a plan called the Breakaway Plan. And what happens with the Breakaway Plan is that if you, and this is actually kind of disgusting to me, but you build this amazing team, and say you have somebody on your team who outranks you. So say you aren't growing as fast as this superstar in your team. They outrank you. What actually happens is that leg will completely disappear from your team and will be transferred to somebody higher than you. So if you're building this amazing business and you've got a rock star on your team and she outranks you, she's gone. And that requires then you to start things over again. And what I don't like about that is the fact that you're never going to help your team. You're never going to offer assistance to your team because there's always that chase, right? I would absolutely be so beyond excited if I had one of my leaders outrank me. And I'm constantly supporting my team so that they feel like they can hit these high ranks. So if someone outranks you, that's fine. They're still on your team, right? It's such an incredible way of doing things. So there's 5 ways to earn: retail, fast start, power of 3, unilevel, and leadership. Okay, I'm just going to go through them all briefly. I know this is a little bit blurry, but for those of you who maybe have pulled up the doTERRA compensation plan, this is what comes up. So calm down. I'm not going to, I'm going to break it into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to break each of them down individually. Really, I'm not going super in depth, but just so you have an understanding of how you can make some money. So retail profit. I call retail profit or retail hauling buckets. And for those of you who haven't seen this video, you can actually go on YouTube. It's under Tiffany Peterson, not Tiffany Peterson, pipeline versus hauling buckets. I'm sure you can find something. And retail profit is somebody orders, you get 25%. So yes, the initial amount of money you receive is more than other ways of earning, but that person has no opportunity to join a monthly order. There's no retention, right? That person is just a one-time order. So I was actually just at a training this weekend, and somebody called this retail profit is the one-night stand, right? It happens once, and it's never going to happen again. So this is paid to you monthly. It's simply 25% of the purchase somebody makes. This is hauling buckets, and this is not how I run my business. I actually have had one person order retail in my 2 years. That's it. Because they see the value in doTERRA. They see the want to be on a monthly order plan so that they can get some wicked free products. So retail profit's not something often we talk about or teach about, but that's one way you make money. You get a fast start bonus. And for most people starting their business, me included, this was the majority of my income. This is paid weekly, so you actually get paid. It gets shows up in your back office on a Wednesday. You're paid on Friday. It's paid 3 levels deep, and the way this commission runs is for 60 days. So, for instance, somebody enrolls, right? So here's you. You enroll somebody. So you're here. You enroll somebody. Personally enroll somebody. You get 20% off 20% of their order. What's really cool is the fact that these are your 2 uplines. They didn't do anything. They had nothing to do with the sale, but they both also collect commissions from that order. So your upline closest to you would collect 10%, and your upline above that person would collect 5%. This is what starts to happen on your team. So you enroll one person, you get 20% off of them. Then they enroll somebody, you get 10%. Then they enroll somebody, and you get 5%. This commission system runs for 60 days after somebody orders. So say that somebody ordered today, I'd make the 20%. Say somebody ordered again at the beginning of April, I'd also make 20% off of that order. Say somebody ordered again at the beginning of May, I would also get 20% off of that order because it's 60 days following the enrollment, okay? So for most people, this is your quick money. This is the quick in the beginning, your fast start. This is the money that gets you excited because oftentimes you'll host a couple classes in the beginning. You're getting 20% off of everything that's sold at those classes, and that's a little bit of money in your pocket to make you feel good. This is not going to be the substantial amount of your income. Your power of 3. So what doTERRA teaches you is it teaches you to build a team of 3. Some ranks, platinum and above, or diamond and above, require more legs. We call these legs. But what power of 3 is also a little bonus, right? So if you enroll and you teach 3 people how to place an LRP, a monthly order, and it's over 150 points, that would allow you the opportunity to earn $50. Why I love this is because then once we do it, we then teach people to do the exact same thing. They decide to build a business. They bring in 3 people and put them on LRP. Then you get a $250 bonus. They get a $50 bonus. And then so on and so forth. So the final level down here is $1,500. I don't teach people, however, sorry, I've got a puppy whining. I don't often teach people to build strictly for power of 3. It's just that bonus. It's that added freebie, and it's kind of fun once it does decide to fall into place. Unilevel. So unilevel is a confusing type of pay that doTERRA does. So this is really what unilevel looks like. And you can see at different ranks, your amount of commission you make further down changes. So what I love about this is the fact that it kind of incentivizes you to get to the rank of silver so that you are making commission fully deep into your organization. Stop, Leo. So this is what I mean when I talk about commissions or compensation plan being on your side. doTERRA wants you to succeed. So when doTERRA started their business and they were really contemplating what kind of income, what kind of pay plan they wanted to create, they wanted the unilevel plan. And so I want to draw your attention to the one on the right, the reversed one first. This is your typical network marketing unilevel plan. And what I want to draw your attention to is the fact that it's reversed. It's a complete opposite of ours. They pay the most money on your first level and the least amount of money on your lowest level. Why is this bad? Because we don't often stack our front line with people. So for instance, this level here, this first level, would only have 3 people or 4 people on it. So if those 4 people are placing the orders, great, you're making 7% off of maybe 4 or 5 people. Whereas with doTERRA, it's reversed. And they wanted to do this for a reason, because they wanted their leaders to succeed. This here allows somebody to create more instant money, fast cash, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that's going to pay you out further into your business. Whereas this will. So this is the doTERRA compensation plan here. And draw attention to this. You have 3 people on your front line. You're making 2% off of those 3 people. Versus, okay, 7% off of those 3 people. That's fine. But you get to the bottom down here. You have 2,100 people on this bottom 7th level. Would you rather be making 2% off of the 2,100 people? Or would you rather be making 7% off of those 2,200 people? Look at the pay difference. $32,000 versus $12,600. So this is what doTERRA has done that allows us the opportunity to succeed. So this unilevel, for those of you who would just be starting your business, this wouldn't be the substantial amount of your money. Your fast start would be your substantial income. And then eventually it gets to the point where your unilevel will become the highest. My unilevel, this money I make is jumping about $2,000 a month. So there's some epic growth that happens within your organizations because of this. And then you're given leadership pools. And I love leadership pools. These, as you hit the premier to diamond premier rank and above, you are getting shares. And shares are a percentage of the company's global revenue. So premiers and silvers receive this rising leader bonus. Premiers, 1 share, silvers get 1 share. And that's 1% of the global revenue split between premiers and silvers. So I think that one's about $190, that rising leader bonus, or $130, or whatever it might be. Your silver, gold, platinum leadership pool. This is 2% of global revenue split between the rank, whatever rank you are. So for instance, this is 2% of revenue split between all silvers. You have 1 share of that. All golds, all platinums, and then each rank you see, you get a little bit more in shares. Those shares are approximately $150. Okay? Your diamond leadership pool, your diamond performance pool. This is 4% of the global revenue split between diamonds, blues, and presidentials. Why this is substantially higher. And the reason being is because it's a higher percent of global revenue split between a smaller portion of people. So your diamond leadership pool and diamond performance pool is approximately $2,500 you're looking at. So this is just an idea of some of the different ways that you do make money. So why did I dive in? People ask me all the time, and this is actually a picture of a post I put up the other day about why I dove into doTERRA. And you can read through this, but I was asked a question: what has doTERRA given you? And really, doTERRA gave me life. doTERRA gave me this life I had dreamt of my entire life, but didn't know how to create. Truthfully, didn't have this opportunity to create it. doTERRA was the only job opportunity that allowed my talents to shine. It allowed me to take what I was really good at and use that to my abilities, use that to my advantage. I'm an amazing speaker, and I knew that I was a great leader, but I was never given the opportunity in any jobs that I was in to speak out, to share something I was passionate about, and to lead. So for myself, now I get to lead this massive team, and that is my job, and I love what I get to do. This opportunity challenged me to become a better version of myself. So what's really interesting is you join doTERRA, it's the oils, you want to make some extra cash, teach classes, but you're going to become a better version of yourself because you'll be challenged to do a little bit of personal development. You'll be pushed sometimes beyond your breaking point. You'll be challenged by people. You'll be pushed. You'll be challenged to try something new or go out of your comfort zone. And that really pushed me to become this better version of myself. I really believe that I'm a better girlfriend, a better mom, a better fur mom, a better daughter, a better sister because of doTERRA. And doTERRA would allow me the opportunity to create my legacy without sacrificing time or money. There's no other opportunity I found that would allow me the opportunity to make this much money, to give and serve this many people, to bring joy to people's lives without sacrificing a lot of time and a lot of money. And that for me was something that I was not willing to do. I sacrificed time in the beginning of my business, yes, but it was time that I knew I would get back. It was freedom that I knew I would have in the future. And money. I wanted to find a business opportunity that didn't require me to invest a ton of money. And instead of investing money, I invested that money in books and personal development and coaches and things that would make me a better person, right? So even if my doTERRA business faltered, I would be that amazing person. And because it starts with one. So this started with one sample. This presentation is a little bit old, but this started with one sample. It started with one sample of wild orange from my mentor that led to an order that I placed, which then that one sample led to me introducing over 100 people to oils. Those 76, 75 people has now become 1,500 plus people in 6 countries around the world. Because of that one sample, over 1,500 lives have been changed with the potential for thousands more in the coming years. I've only met 75, or what it is now, it's around 100. I've only met 100 people personally. But we have a team and an ever-growing team of close to 2,000 people in 6 countries, some of them I haven't even been to, who have been affected by essential oils. And that is all that this is. So, why do only some succeed? And I have one simple question for you. Is doTERRA going to be your hobby or your legacy? It can be both. It can't be both. It has to be one or the other. There's no wrong or right answer. But I just want you to look at the fact that what do you want to create? And is that in line with what you want doTERRA to be for you? Will it be your hobby or will it be your legacy? And I'll leave you with one quote. When sleeping women wake, mountains will move. I hope you guys got some information. I hope you guys feel like you know enough or have enough information to ask some questions. I hope that you really start to maybe ask some questions, maybe think about how doTERRA could change your life. And I would absolutely love to hear from you. If you have any further questions, But thank you so much for hopping on with us today, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.